Hey guys, good morning. What's going on? Yeah, no, I've got my broken glasses on. It happens. So what's up? What's up? We're almost on chapter 5, but I thought we would do a quickie just to let you know what's going on. You know, where we have opened up our Bibles to such an extent that we know we pretty much there's because it repeats itself over and over again. There isn't one particular cycle that is being overlooked or missed in this situation. All right. Like what we have learned so far is that that we have two things that are of importance that our Bible talks about, and believe it or not, I can narrow it down for you that it's basically about honoring mother and father. That's the basic thing. That's it, really. Fornications and stuff like this, where you're out fornicating or something, or goofing off with whores, you're screwing around with your neighbor's wife and all these situations. Are you hooking up with a strange woman? And so in our book, that strange woman just happens to be religion. All right. It's anybody but mother, because if it wasn't for, your true wife, being in this picture, well, even she becomes the stranger, because she's not part of your family. All right. But we got mother and father. We have to learn to honor mother and father. And until we do that, till we can do that, we have to learn the ropes. And that's called following the way. You have to do that, following after Jesus. But you have to learn the ropes. And that's Jesus. He's going to kind of take you on this trip. But the other trip is this strange woman. All right. So we have to understand right off the bat that there's just two sides of our brain. There is a physical, the side that represents the male. That's the intelligent side of us, our conscious, our very conscious itself. It's the father. It's the boss of things. That's where we get father from. And we also get the idea that, father, everyone calls him God, gets them all mixed up, because that's all they think about is that's God. It's father above us. But, father is the physical side of things, the physical side, the skin, the consciousness. Number 5, the body itself, The other side of this is mother. Mother is none of that. She is ethereal. She is an energy. She can't be seen. She's not seen. And along the lines of, beautiful, and that's the spiritual side of the mind. That's a family member of us. That's what she is. And we don't have her. We don't have her. And we basically don't have the son, our brother, either. So we're missing 2 family members from our body when we are born on this earth. We're missing 2 family members to complete us and make us whole. We're missing mother, and we're missing the child. We're missing Jesus. All right? We're missing our soul. But, the outside will take care of all of that. If you follow the word as God commands you to follow the word and not change one thing of it, add one thing to it, this will bring you to your trespasses. This will bring you right in line to get yourself fixed one day, because this path that you're taking as you're walking the way is going to do nothing but piss God off. But that's what it's supposed to do. Everything is an outside operation. You got to go to a man instead of a woman to get yourself healed. And you're not going to get healed. But no, but hey, the Lord, the word says here, the word has this side, says, the word itself tells you that you are perfect and this and that. All you have to do is say, I believe in Jesus and I got that, And so You know, the outside of the things that you don't have to do anything other than just believe in God. All right. And that'll make you a righteous person. All right. So you'll get all of your inheritances and strengths and all of what's going to increase you by reading the word. That you're going to get your increases by reading it. By reading it. That's how you're going to get it. I'm baptized now. Okay, now I'm baptized. You know, oh, all these things happening. You know, this is the outside. You know, I got a little oil on my face. You know, a little dust put on my forehead. It's the outside. It's the outside. And you're getting nowhere. Oh, got a little bit of, I got a wafer and I got some wine. Eat and drink this. Oh, now I got God in me. Oh my God. And I go to church on Sunday, and on Sunday it says, with absolution, you are now forgiven of all of your sins. Oh my goodness. This is practice. You're practicing, because you are not getting rid of one of your sins by having some man sprinkle you with water. All right. But it doesn't matter. You don't know this, and I wouldn't know this either. But until now, until some time ago. But I did it just as much. I followed the Lord, the God. I followed the Lord. I followed the word. I did exactly what they said. I didn't show up. You know, right now on Fridays, we got Stations of the Cross. Oh, man, I used to cry during these things. You know, I was caught hook, line, and sinker. It's just the snare. We've learned this in our Bible. The snare is the Gospels. Something has got to hook you and hold you, pull you in. This is the fishers of men. This is what I do. You know, I go out and look for people. My channel would never have gotten where it is without me fishing for people out on the outside world. They wouldn't care about it, you know. So it's interesting how things work. So when we are following the law, not the law, when we are following the word, we take on an outside thing. This is with father and the bitch, the whore, the religion. This is with father and the whore, them. And the seed, because those two men never make it anywhere. That guy and the stranger, father and the stranger, cannot make a baby come alive. So the child inside of you is dead. So this beast situation that you are at the beginning, this Nazarene, the vow of the Nazarene, is to remain unclean until the end of times. That means no child, because the child is the one that's going to set you free. Your child is going to set you free. No child. Nobody can climb the vine. Nobody can drink anything of the wine. There can be no death fall upon that head. No chop, no cutting of the hair, that is, so no death. Nothing. The outside of you has to stay intact. No breaking of the bread. None of that. You got to stay dirty. And what people, you know, this is the knowledge that I give you to the outside. I said, you are one dirty motherfucker, man. And you don't have God in you. All you have is Satan. That's it. That's why you're the number 666. It's the number of a man or woman. You're Baphomet. You're this titted business. And at this particular time in our lives, in everyone's lives that have come on board and live on earth, they have to do this. They are, each one of them, serving Baal, because they have given their children, their firstborn, to the devil. That's what he's done. That means that you just consumed them yourself. You have chomped on your own kids. Now, we talk about this. We say that they're feeding off their own children. They're, you know, kind of like, you know, soften them up for the good chew so they can eat their own, because they do. We eat our own. Oh, because God's children are literal, right? Because they're literal. They can't tell. They don't know. You're the one that ate your child. Did you know that? You know, because you're literal. You think that Father is God. Did you not know that? You know? No, it's because you're an idiot. You're dumb, and we were made this way. So you can say, you called me an idiot. You call me, I'm telling you, I'm just telling you what the Bible's done. The Bible has taken your knowledge right out of you. Like they said, sowing of the seed, you know, sowing of your own seed, of your own body, you know, your own soul, you know. You learned it from the wayside. That's the first kingdom of those four. You didn't learn it from the fourth kingdom, which is in this right direction, the right house. No. You learned it from your own mind. You learned it from the first kingdom. You learned it from some whore. You know, you took yours from the outside. And what happens when you take your lesson from the outside? The devil comes up and takes whatever's in your heart and runs off with it. And that's it. It's gone. That's serving ball. You know? That's exactly what it is. So anyways, we learn in the book of Romans that this would talk about, this is, we're looking at chapter 3, the idea of hooking up with God. Chapter 3 is this idea that you have to do the walk. You have to even be in the same playing game, the same field with this salvation and stuff like that. You have to do this. And now we're in a place where I've had just about enough of this. And I am not seeing any change whatsoever. And it doesn't seem as if any of my prayers are being answered or whatever. So we start to provoke God. We start to say, what is this about this word? I don't understand this anymore. Why is this happening? How come all of this is going on? I don't get this. This is not working anymore. This is someone who totally studies his Bible and says, this time I've had enough, you know. I don't agree with this. And then a light shows up. If you're lucky, if you're wise, a light will turn on. And with me, it was through the story of Martha and Mary that I learned the two things that we were talking about. The really busy side, and the one that does nothing but save and serve the Lord. That's what that was. It opened my mind to this new side of thinking, and it also opened the spiritual side of the Bible to me. And on the spiritual side, I can look and see the way now. I can see walking in the way as the reasons why I even cared about God or even wanted to be a part of God. There was something in the Bible, in the book here, that interested me in a way that I lusted after these men as well. I became a lover of men, the same way that I should be a lover of women. But I'm queer, so I totally get these things mixed up because I'm not just queer, I'm a dyslexic queer. And so what happens is that I'm not even supposed to be allowed in heaven whatsoever. And I'm on a place where I'm not allowed at all. But here I am, a teacher even, all right? But the idea is that the homosexual in the Bible that's so trampled upon and hated, not wanted, it's because they can't have children. That's why they use them as an example. They can't have children, you know. They're all on this lower side. They're sodomites. They are all lovers of the lower mind, the lower things. They're too busy consuming things of such a low nature that those motherfuckers cannot make a child. No. There's no turkey basting going on between two men, all right? But anyhow, the way it would work is that we would find that one day you get this notion and then everything flips over to the other side. This is tossing your nets over to the right side of the boat. And this is where you drag up mom. But you're actually tossing your mind over here. You want to start, what? What does that mean to want to what is that? To spare the rod and spoil the child? What is that? What does this mean about if your eye be single, your body will fill with light? What is this? What does this mean about when you pray, go into your closet and shut the door? What is that? What is it? It sounds to me like a whole lot of dark language. It sounds to me like, oh, is the cat got your tongue? What is it? Going out and shooting the breeze? You know? These are dark languages. These are things that are sayings that don't mean at all. If you were to try to bring what they say to life, you're going to draw some blood, you know? It's the idea that that's dark language, and it's pretty harsh. And so when you know that someone is shooting the bull, they're not killing an animal of any kind, that they're just talking. They're having a conversation. So this is the way God speaks to us, is in these dark languages. And so, yes, you know, when you see something along the lines of, if you asked for a fish, would God give you a serpent? Would he give you a serpent? So you would think one of them was supposed to be good and one would be evil. Well, the serpent is not evil. Serpent is, yeah, he would give you a serpent. If you want fish, if you want to go fishing for fish, you're going to have to go into the sea. The only way out into that sea is through that serpent. That serpent's going to take you there. That's our kundalini. Yeah, so if you asked for a fish, would your father give you a serpent? Yes, he would. Yes, he would give you a serpent in a heartbeat. He'd like to see you come aboard. So you'd understand that this whole idea is to circumcision and all these things. That's an outside experience, you know, getting your penis cut and stuff like that. You know, where's the woman in this? How does the girl? How does the female part of this? The female's part of Christianity is totally made up. They have no fucking idea how ladies even sit into this here because they're so literal. All right. Figured maybe I'll come back and be a male my next life and I'll be available, you know. I said, you know, your lower mind can birth the same male child with the female as it does with the male. It doesn't matter. You're the same mind as guys are. It's amazing how stupid some of us have become. And this is the folly. This is the folly. So when we talked about Abraham, the story of Abraham wakes up. He wakes up with God telling him, you need to get the hell out of your father's land. You know, time to get up and go. And then off he goes, you know. But him not have his wife being barren, we're all barren. There's a famine in the land, the stories go by. There's a famine in the land, you know, and what the other stories are. Jerusalem has been sacked. You know, Jerusalem is gone. The temple is destroyed. God has left the building. Oh, no shit. Yeah. Gone. He's left here. And he's taken, and we've lost all our firstborn by sword. Gone. So there's our conversation with God's gone. You're stuck with the outside, with the bitch. You got to go to a man's house now to get your happiness from, stuff like that. Go and get your pleasures from the man, you know. Yeah, that's how it's working. But you'll find that one day when you finally are to obey the law, that it means to walk, it means to now, it's not walking the way of Christ, which is the outside word. It's going inside, breaking bread and bringing mother into life. Mother's the wine. So when you break bread, you bring the wine. It has to do with meditation. So one teaches you the ropes. It's the business end of religion. And then for those lucky few, those lucky guys that were planted in that field. This is the bad guys. The good guys are the ones that are being pulled out of them. That's what they're talking about. So, you know, you think you're the greatest thing on earth. earth as you are following the word, and you're a Christian, and you're a Catholic, and you're a Baptist, and you're an Adventist, and all this. Oh man, my God's better than all your gods. You go, all right? You get your God on, you know? You believe what the hell you want. Synagogue of Satan is all that you're going to get out of it, because that's where everyone is. Every one of those little whores sit on every corner of every neighborhood in the land, you know? I used to think it was disgusting, but that's how they catch people. They got to catch people somehow. They got to have a trap set on every corner. All right. So one day when you can and are capable of following the true Christ to get this title, you'll find they all say, you're just as good as me, even better. Who knows? But whatever I can do, you can do. Even better. You're made in my image. And so let's see what we can't do to bring it alive. All right? But this is all about. You've got the two things. You've got the physical and the spiritual. And you need to bring the spirit into your life while you're alive. Not when you're dead, because you don't have the skin to do that with. You don't have the mind anymore to do that. This is heaven and earth. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word, which is the seed, does not pass away. You can't kill that. Only the body can die. But the spirit goes on and on and on and on and on. Our soul, that is. Hope you got something out of this. A lot of times I'm just talking to myself. I know that. And another couple of times, and at other times, I know I'm talking to at least 4 other people. All right. Well, welcome anyways. Hope the best to you. Hope you're well.